about 2 a.m. in the morning on a summer night, and there I was, standing in my front doorway, escorted by my best friend's father. And there my dad was in the foyer, staring at us, looking at us with the most confused and worried face. His 15-year-old daughter was getting accompanied home at 2 o'clock in the morning because she got caught sneaking boys in her best friend's house. My father, for as long as I can remember, has been the most understanding person. Being Daddy's little girl, I thought I was going to be in the most trouble I could ever possibly be in, especially if my mother found out. However, after this moment, I think my dad realized I was just growing up, and it was one of those teen situations that kind of just happen often, I guess. Through my father's understanding and optimistic attitude, throughout his hardships during his young adult life, he taught me to be understanding, to, put yourself in those person's shoes, and also to have an optimistic attitude in every situation. As I grow older, I'm realizing I'm becoming more and more like my father. He has this ability to understand any kind of situation without a biased opinion. He always likes to say, the more you understand, the less you have to remember. That attitude has led my father far in life and has given him the ability to try and understand not only his own life, but mine as well. Now, he didn't give me a severe punishment for sneaking boys in the neighbor's house because I think he digested the situation and realized, it happens sometimes, I probably did stuff like that when I was young too. And that portrays his understanding attitude. Not only did his understanding attitude inspire me, but his optimistic attitude did as well. He's taught me through example, no matter how bad the situation may seem, no matter how impossible it seems to get over, there's always a positive aspect. For as long as I can remember, my father was always the type of person in my family to crack a joke when someone was sad, or just to do anything he possibly could to lighten up a bad situation. However, one of the experiences that I thought would be impossible to find light in is the death of his own mother. Now, she had cancer while he was growing up for years, but the thought of actually losing her never crossed his mind. He was 16 years old when she died. He was one of the oldest kids in his out of his siblings, and his father worked long hours. So having to lose his mother kind of brought, real life situations in front of him that he had to face at such a young age. And even though the situation seemed impossible to recover from, he always told me he knew every day it can only get better. And it did. So in the infamous words of the American journalist, Tim Russert, if you guys know him, the older I get, the smarter my father gets. Even though I do not plan on becoming a parent anytime soon, the more I grow up, I'm realizing I sound more like my father. I think that imitating my father's understanding and positive attitude towards life will help me overcome any kind of obstacle that I endure. Long story short, the experience of sneaking boys in ended up being my dad and I's little secret. Our relationship continued to get stronger, and I realized that I will one day become a person like my father.